And welcome. You know, the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus is legendary, not just in the Bay Area, but all over the world. Without exaggeration, one of the most admired arts organizations in the LGBT world. And we're here with its new artistic director, Tim Seelig, or should I call you Bubbles?
You may call me Bubbles. You absolutely can.
There's a leading question everyone wants to know.
That took, what, 20 seconds for you to do that?
Yeah.
Jeez. Bubbles is good.
So why would we call you Bubbles?
Why
You're
Bubbles?
Proud of that.
I am. I actually have a daughter and her husband who live here in San Francisco. And she gave me my first grandbaby in November.
Congratulations.
So her name is Clara Sky, and she's 4 months old. And they have dubbed my partner and me Honey and Bubbles. So he's Honey, I'm Bubbles. And
is that just to avoid being called Grandpa?
Yes, absolutely. Whatever.
I promise I won't call you Bubbles, but it's good.
It is. It's great. The chorus loves it.
Yeah.
They think it's great. They call me Bubbles.
Now, coming here from Dallas to San Francisco, most people would think that's quite a transition. Has it been a difficult stretch culturally for you?
It's a huge shift, of course. I was so relieved. I shook the dust off my feet. I was teaching at Southern Methodist University where they're building the George Bush Library, so that dust went quickly and very happily. So it's an amazing thing. I've been a fan of San Francisco and the Gay Men's Chorus here for 20 years or more, and so this is just a dream come true. So it's made the transition not difficult at all.
Yeah. What did your colleagues think when you got offered this gig in Texas?
Jealous, all jealous. Truly, I had multiple jobs in Dallas. Things were great. I was not looking for a job at all, and this job came open, and I just couldn't not apply. It's just such an amazing organization. So when I announced to my jobs that I was leaving mid-year, which was kind of shocking, there was not one person that said, you shouldn't do it. In fact, they all said, you lucky so-and-so.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So all polls aside, being not the #1 LGBT destination in the United States.
Number 11.
Yeah, number 11. Yeah,
yeah.
we're not going to get into that.
Let's don't.
But in Texas, going to San Francisco, there is still this, wow, that's a good
Mecca,
place.
gay Mecca. Yeah, wow. You finally, are going to get to be where we all dream of living.
Right.
Absolutely.
Now, as we were joking before the cameras went hot about being a Southern-raised gay boy, and I've always said there are two states that are the South but aren't really. One is Florida and the other is Texas. It's its own thing.
Right. Texas would vote to secede at any given moment.
Yeah, my sister-in-law and brother live there, and they're two of the ones who are trying for it. What was it like being raised a gay boy in Fort Worth?
I was raised not just a gay boy. I mean, I didn't know I knew I was gay. But I'm married, had 2 children. I was Southern Baptist, so when I came out at the age of 35, it was quite startling. My parents are professional Baptists, and so it was really something. Being a gay youngster in that age, not just as a teenager, but trying to be something that I wasn't by doing everything possible to be straight.
Now, when you say your parents were professional Baptists,
They are.
I imagine that being in choral music, you must have been in a choir being Southern Baptist.
Absolutely. That's how it all started.
So when you came out, were you part of a church congregation?
I was the Associate Minister of Music of the First Baptist Church of Houston, Texas. 22,000 members when I came out.
And
it wasn't small.
What kind of stir did that cause?
Bad. Fired, the whole thing. The story is really, really great. We'll do that in another segment. So we can talk about the chorus. I was fired. I went bankrupt, lost my home. The children, my wife took the children to West Texas to get away from the bad influence of their gay father. And it was unbelievably traumatic.
Well, now that's all healed, and you're here singing wonderful music for us.
It is.
Now, you're wearing something new. Tell me about it.
I am. So, interestingly enough, the chorus, many of you all will recognize them from their tails, which they still have for the formal wear. But for many, many years, decades, they've been wearing multicolored sweatshirts with the bedazzled San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus. And they were great, and they sparkled from the stage, and they felt good. So when I first got here, they said, can we get rid of the sweatshirts? And I was thinking we were talking about music, or we would talk about music, but no, they wanted to get rid of the sweatshirts. It was time. So they've been retired, and so the chorus hired one of their members came up with this new logo, reminiscent of the bridges and the ribbon. And so the red ribbon, the AIDS awareness ribbon, all of it really works, and it's being animated for the website, and it's going to be a great look. And so we're wearing these now anytime we do casual appearances, which
Kind
we
of a
did,
soft opening, as you'd call it.
exactly.
And so is this TV show the official kind of unveiling?
It is. We wore them this last weekend in Bakersfield and Fresno, where we gave concerts, benefit concerts there. But this is the unveiling in San Francisco. You're getting to see it first.
Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
You know, talking about Bakersfield and Fresno, during the whole Prop 8 thing that is still going on, the Gay Men's Chorus was really out there and saying, you know what, we need people to put a face and a voice to this community. Is it getting better playing in Bakersfield and Fresno?
You know,
Because at first it wasn't all love and flowers.
It wasn't by any means. And the response this last weekend was wonderful. It was really great. This was the second year of the what they call the California Freedom Tour. And so it's Bakersfield, Fresno, and then Chico and Redding. And then, of course, the chorus goes to multiple cities during the holidays. But these specific concerts were just amazing. The people there felt so empowered to have 3 bus loads of the gays come down from San Francisco and appear and sing full concerts, full out concerts for them. It really empowers them to be strong and resolute.
I mean, it's kind of a stretch, but in a sense, there's a little bit of Dallas and Bakersfield and Fresno. It's not like these are bastions of 94114.
I thought I was in Dallas. You know, strip malls, lots of space. I mean, I ignored the mountains, which don't exist in Dallas, but it was Dallas. It looked so like Dallas. And the audience was not that different than in Dallas.
Any heckling?
No.
But do you think you had people in the audience who didn't know what they had wandered into or had been dragged along?
We did. We had people, definitely, I know we did. And we had some interesting groups of people that came, especially in Fresno. We had a church group that came because one of the women's sons had died, and a friend of his was in the chorus, and he invited her to bring her church group. And that was great. I mean, those kinds of things, those outreach opportunities are few and far between.
So a teachable moment.
Absolutely.
You know, I've known of the chorus, of course, for my entire 23, 24 years here in San Francisco. And I've often wondered, is the Gay Men's Chorus more of an arts group or more of an advocacy group?
Wow. You just asked that question, didn't you?
Yeah.
The goal is to balance the two equally. It's a difficult balance. I mean, for all GLBT choruses or arts organizations, it is a very difficult balance because we want to be the best at what we do, musically, no question about it. And yet, at least 50% of our time is spent on activism and social consciousness. And so, you know, it's not as easy as it would be just being one or just being the other. But we have to wear both of those hats.
Right.
And so that is the balance that we try to strike.
How do you feel, I mean, being the artistic director, is it all artistry and music for you, or is there a heavy dose of...
I also, just FYI, was the artistic director in residence for Gala Choruses, which is 170 GLBT choruses in North America. So I was their boss-ish, artistically, of all of them. So I've heard every possible scenario, from the smallest to the largest, the oldest to the youngest. And so I understand that really difficult balance that every city struggles with. For me personally, my life is so equal. I spent my life in an artistic manner. I studied, I did all those things to be a musician. And then all of a sudden, you know, coming out in such a public way.
It's a political statement.
Absolutely. And Gala Choruses, interestingly enough, their first core value says, every time a GLBT choir takes the stage, they make a political statement. And that is powerful, regardless of what they sing.
Yeah.
They can sing Brahms or Sondheim. Well, that's kind of gay. But, I mean, it doesn't matter what the repertoire is. It's a political statement.
Now, speaking of going on the stage, this week you've got some concerts.
We do.
And probably by the time this airs, they'll be sold out.
Well, we can hope, and we think so.
Yeah, but you've got some things coming up in June you're really excited about.
Maybe not today. We have a concert Thursday night, April 21st at Davies Symphony Hall, which will be sold out. We're excited. The June concerts, so the Davies is my debut.
Yeah.
We're using multimedia, the organ, an orchestra from the conservatory.
Gorgeous instrument there.
It's going to be just amazing. But because it's my first year, I got to do pretty much whatever I wanted. And then, of course, after that, they'll have me, you know, on a short leash. And I'm sure that, some of that will shift. But in June, we're doing country. We are doing Hootenanny.
So, all right, so let me get this right. I know the Academy of Art University has
Correct.
donated space
They did.
to the Gay Men's Chorus.
Correct.
So for the first time, the Gay Men's Chorus will be in the heart of San Francisco, Union Square.
That's correct.
Country music.
Doing country.
This is your fault.
Totally.
I love it. Are you kidding? I'm
well,
from
it was
Virginia.
another kind of question when I asked, there's a music input committee, and I met with them, and I said, so do you want to do this or that? And in the list, I said country. And they went, we want to do country. And I went, really? They're like, yeah.
I mean,
so we have
Patsy and Loretta and...
Oh, we're doing Patsy Cline, Tammy Wynette. We're doing a great set for the gays of I Don't Want to Play House that leads into DIVORCE.
And I'm sure Stand By Your Man.
And ends with Stand By Your Man. How'd you know that? Really?
I don't know. You're just making me... This is great.
It does. It's going to be great. The Wonellies are playing for us, who actually got their start with rockabilly, not the 60s. We're having the Barbary Coast Cloggers. We have a
wonderful group.
A lot of guests, and it is going to be a hoot, as we say in Texas.
A hoot and a hoot
A
nanny.
hoot and a hoot nanny all at the same time.
What has been the biggest surprise for you coming here?
I think I understand because I'm not 20.
Just a couple years off.
People are people. I mean, that is not surprising. I had a lot of people, as you did too, when you moved here, warn you about San Francisco. And I guest conducted the Gay Men's Chorus of Los Angeles in the fall, and they spent the whole fall warning me about the ills of San Francisco. I didn't find any of that to be true. I think I knew that San Francisco was a great place. And one of the things that I wake up every day surprised at the way this city celebrates diversity and uniqueness. It's an amazing thing, and protects it, tooth and nail.
Yeah.
And what I've lived with, and you lived with before, is tolerance.
At the
Tolerance
best.
wears you down.
Down.
Oh, bless your heart.
Yeah.
I can tolerate you. I'd really like for you to be different,
Or gone.
or change, or gone, but I will tolerate you. And that's worse sometimes than just all-out hate. Just tell me you hate me. I can deal with that. But just to tolerate me. So I wake up every day shocked at what I see in the streets. I went to a meeting of Muncie the other day, and the topic was about the naked man.
This is the Merchants of Upper Market in Castro,
Correct.
right?
They just were talking about the naked men. And I'm like, okay, I am not in Texas
anymore.
anymore.
Only in San Francisco
It
would it not
great.
only be legal, but there'd be a political action committee for the naked
It
men.
was great. And they went to jury trial, and the jury exonerated them and said, you should be naked.
Thank you. Well, you should be coming to the Gay Men's Chorus. Thank you so much for being with us. Next up, we're going to learn about where boxing and the gay community meet. We're going to speak with Peter Griggs about his new show, Killer Queens. We'll be right back.